Hi, happy Thursday, friends. Tasha here, and today we're going to talk about what makes the invitation just way more inviting. We want people to say yes as opposed to, I don't know, right? And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this for you, and I'm going to walk you through the ways to make the invitation to really anything that you're doing really, really inviting. So here we go. See if this tech works. Hey, good morning. Window, movie recording. Ah, hooray. Okay. So here's what, pick a color here, not red. That's no fun. Okay, so here's what we don't want when we're inviting. And here is, we want this instead, please. Okay, so the first thing we do not want to do when we're inviting people to something, and if as soon as you hear something that's helpful, go ahead and just like put it in the notes or in the comments. Make sure that you say hi, because I'm sure you guys know, like it can get lonely doing Facebook Lives if no one's talking to you. Okay, so what we don't want is we don't want to vomit on people and create this too good to be true feeling when we just like vomit on people. That feels pushy, that feels salesy. We don't want to do that. We also don't want to have too much mystery. And I'm just going to write the words 1994 on here. I don't know if that's exactly the right way, like term to look at it. This is like a very old school technique where we don't want to tell them anything that's going to happen in theory to evoke curiosity. And when we do that, it gets tricky, because it makes people feel uncomfortable. I think we all in theory would say we like surprise parties, but not really that much. I think a surprise party is more for the person giving the surprise and the person receiving the surprise. And so what we want instead, and tell me if this resonates with you, if you want these things instead we want to be professional, so that we can be seen as a professional in our community. And the other thing we want in here is trust, compassion, stability, and hope. Um, this is what the 2021 and probably into 2022, what those customers or potential business builders, they are looking for trustworthiness, probably more than curiosity. So let me know which one of these, either the professionalism or the trust, compassion, stability, and hope, which one of these really appeals the most to you. So what happens when we vomit and we do a lot of mystery stuff, we end up, and this is what we do not want, we do not want weirdness when it comes to our relationships, um, or follow up, right? Becomes really awkward. We do not want a decrease in confidence. That's what happens, right? And we, of course, do not want no business, because if people don't feel good about the invitation and they don't show up to things or they don't even respond to the invitation, right? Do we really, really have a business? Now, what we want instead, of course, if we get this right, we should see an increase in conversion. We might see also an increase in polite no thank you. But I think that we're probably all, as business owners, okay with no thanks, that's not for me. What I think is really frustrating and stressful is the not knowing piece. So we'll see some increases in polite no thank yous. I will also see an increase in builder conversion. because one of the reasons that people resist going into MLM is they're really worried that they're going to have to be pushy or salesy, right? And their reputation is going to have issues. And so if we use the framework that I'm going to show you here in a minute, um, not only will like people will say no thank you or yes please, and then have a conversation with you. When you have that conversation, the conversion will increase. But even then, it's much more likely they're like, I could probably do this as well, which will increase more of the business even down the road. So let me know right now here which one of these things is most exciting for you. Do you want increase in sales conversion, increase polite no thank yous, or increase builder conversion? Let me know here in the chat, and we'll go ahead and walk through this framework here. Okay. So this is a framework, which means you can use it for any type of invitation. You can use it for invitations to parties. You can use it for anything. But what we're going to talk about inviting people to, let me grab the pen here, right, is we're going to invite to one-on-one conversations. And these could be for business opportunity or for sales conversations. Or what I would call an event. And this is what a lot of companies will call a class, a party, a social, or something like that. So this is the framework we're going to be using. And I'm just going to walk you through the steps here. Okay. The first one is usually just sort of some, transition. Which is probably, like you're in one conversation, you're like, hey, let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I help these types of people with these types of problems. Or maybe your product came up and you're like, hey, let me tell you about what I do really quickly. The second thing we want to do, we got to get to that part, right? So we need some sort of link, is we want to tell them why you are inviting. And it can just be the truth. I wanted to invite you to something because blah, blah, blah. The third thing we want to do, let's just look at this in terms of a party. I just got invited to a pajama party by one of my friends. And luckily we had spoken about it before, but I'm kind of like, okay, what's going to be going on there, right? And so, right, even in that invitation, I'm inviting you over so that your daughter can hang out with my daughter, and then all of the adults, we can hang out as well and be super comfortable, and kind of kick off the holiday season. So like just this, why are you inviting them? The third thing is the agenda. People don't like surprises, so tell them what's going to happen. So in this example of pajama party, we might say we will start with appetizers, and then we'll hang out and we'll go outside by the fire and chat and such. And the kids will watch a movie, and you can stay as long as you like. But most people like wrap this up at around 11 or something like that, which leads me to the next part, which is a time frame. Right? It's so nice to know how long things are going to take as far as our confidence in saying yes to something. So if we know it's this like never ending thing, we don't know what the end of it is, that can be stressful. And so we just let them know how long it's going to be. We want to remove the pressure. So something like, you don't have to get anything, but if you see something you like, I'll help you order it today. I'm going to go over all the information so that you can make the most informed decision. Whatever you decide is okay with me, right? Something that tells them that they'll have an opportunity to move forward, but also that it's going to be okay if they don't. Super important, because if they feel like they won't be able to do a polite no thank you, people are less likely to say yes. Okay. And I know these are like a lot of steps, but also they're like they're like one sentence each. Temp check. I guess I'll just tell you the truth. I feel like you guys, I mean, I know you guys can do this. So temperature check. Oh, that's the 10-minute warning to pick up my kid. All right. So temperature check is something like, how does that sound? Is that something that you're open to? How do you feel about that? Just something where we gain agreement and gain consent. And then just this last thing is like a choice of two, right? Like maybe it's 2 times. Would you like to chat this day or this day? Maybe it's giving them a choice of, would you like to do this in person or over the phone or over Zoom, right? And we want to be able to give them all, right? Like just a choice. And so then we're engaging them and we're not like vomiting on them. And it's super, super helpful. So these are just the little different steps to make an invitation inviting, whether it's a pajama party or a business overview or convention or anything like that. And so what I want you guys to do is jot these down, maybe make, right, like just something over here to the side, and then you can just write a sentence or two for each of these. It doesn't have to be perfect. Imperfect action is going to be, I'll write that for you. Perfect action beats perfect in action. So go ahead and try out this framework. What we do in our coaching with network marketers, right? Like wherever you are, this is probably just like a helpful video that we're doing or audio. But what we do is we give our clients the frameworks like this for really all of the conversations that someone needs to have all the way up to like $100,000 in income. And I mean, I work privately with people at the other levels, but our coaching programs do that. So you have frameworks for like everything. You have frameworks for invitations for sales, invitations for business overviews, invitations for recurring orders. We have all the outlines so that when you speak to them, they're more likely to move forward. We have for mentor calls and team meetings and all things like that. So if you would like to learn more or know more about how we work with people to do that on their path to 100 grand a year, just comment in the comment below. Just drop a 100 if you'd like to chat about that. And my amazing business partner, Karen, she is awesome. She'll chat with you or chat over chat or over actually talking to you and see if it's a good fit. So I hope this is helpful. Make sure you just leave me a comment with the thing that you found most useful. And if you want to chat about how we can help further with your goals, just drop 100 in the comments. So have a great day, guys. And we will talk soon. Bye.